on 10 meters of particular frequency and 12 meters. And I talk to them all the time. 2 meters, 440. It's just that I have friends that I have for 35, 30 years on the radio. And I get a big kick out of talking to them. I guess they just can't understand logic. And I can't make them understand. And it's too difficult for me to explain it to them. I guess that's called dumb.
Hey, Mike, action.
Yeah, Mike. Last 6 months ago, since I've been back on, recaptures a nice piece of my youth, man. And, it's a good thing that, all you guys are still out here, man. A lot of you guys that I talked to from years ago, man. It's cool, you know what I mean? You, Mitch, Tommy W., Lord rest his soul, Tony the Tiger, Bullet, all the old timers, man. It's great to hear he's up here.
Mr. Action.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, man, something happened with your audio in that last transmission, man. You sounded like really, really distorted and like you were cracking as it was going on. So you might want to check your battery there. We'll make sure your mic's straight. I'm back in the cut.
No, Rich, it's an old banana mic. It's 40 years old. It's not working 100%. I ordered a stock microphone, a stock D104. And, for 40 years old, she's doing fine. But she needs to be sprayed, opened up, cleaned. Even though it's in mint condition, age got to it.
I apologize, sir. All you had to say was banana mic, and that's all I needed to hear. All right, I'm back in my cut. I'm clear.
No problem, Rich. Good looking out.
Yes, sirree. Can't give them numbnuts something to listen to that. Nah, that in Brooklyn.
It's like recapturing days of yesteryear, man. Days of my youth, being back on. Some of the old timers, man. It's a good feeling. Yeah, Vic, I feel the same way. Some guys have a midlife crisis. They want to go out and buy a Corvette or a Maserati or a Harley Davidson like they had when they were, in their 20s. I still got mine in the garage. Yeah, my wife is like, when are you going to stop buying radios? I'm not touching any money in the bank. I'm not taking any money away. It's from me bartering and trading and, a network, an underground network of people who are into these radios. I pick up a Browning Mark 4A off the internet for $400. I have it refurbished for $200. I sell it for $1,500. That's happened 3 times already. Hence the Mark III and the DNA. Totally awesome, man. Yeah, like you said, you refurbish and flip. I do. I feel like a kid again on CB. It's regenerative. Regenerative? Is that the word I'm looking for? Rejuvenate? What do we call it years ago? Therapeutic radio? Yeah. I remember being on 15 with Artie Windjammer when they just came out with on 31. It's easy pickings up there. It's easy. There's about 20 people up there. They still have stock microphones, Artie. You know what we would do with Brownings and Trams and 500s and Phantoms? We'd be king of 31 in a week. And then I remember telling him, 6 months later, Artie, let's go back down to 15. I'm bored. You wouldn't leave. I begged him. He wouldn't leave, so I stayed on 31 with him. Yeah, man. He was larger than life, man. I was telling somebody earlier about him. I said he had a voice, an audio that you thought he was 6.5 feet tall, man. When I met him, it seemed like it was yesterday, you know, for the first time. He said, well, this gentleman is, he's a little shorter than me, man, but he's got a voice that made him 7 feet tall. Yeah, I remember seeing him at the break, and he was holding the key and holding it up to the 500, because it had a key to turn it on and off, to open it and close it. And his bodyguard was there, Barry Topcat and Cousin Brucey. I don't know if you remember them or not. I remember hearing the name. Nah, that's before my time, I think. I didn't meet Artie till like mid-80s, I think it was. 10-4. And we hung out, you know, down by Caesars Bay. Yeah, I'm talking about 75, 76, around there. I remember I had a Brownie Mark II, my little 50-watt sonar linear. And I went on 15 and I said, hey, you're a windbag. And he's like, is that you so-and-so? What my old handle was. And I shut the radio and I went inside, you know, sitting on the couch, peeking out the window. Mom saying, what's the matter? Nothing. I was actually scared. Yeah, 10-4. Remember Frankie Beans? What was it, Frankie Beans or Joey Beans? Frankie Beans. Not Joey Beans. Yeah, I was gonna say Joey Beans. Yeah, I vaguely remember him. Yeah, 10-4. Well, he was, my buddy's cousin. The guy I got the voice off of that's downstairs. That was, my buddy's cousin, man. 10-4. And, he sold his 142 to W, and that was Tommy W's first base station. 10-4. Tommy started out on a walkie-talkie, he was telling me. And, he used to walk around the neighborhood busting chops with it. He's telling me the story. He'd go by Artie's house with his bicycle with the walkie-talkie. Yeah, I started out on a walkie-talkie also. But, it was like, 500 milliwatts. It was like a 23-channel receiver because it had no adjacent channel rejection. I couldn't talk to anyone. And I put a magnet mount on the back table, and I got a cheap radio and a supply, and I was only able to talk to locals. And it just blossomed from there. Yeah, 10-4. 10-4. Wow. Where does the time go, Mike? Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. I realize that as you get older, time goes faster. Yeah, that's what they say. Time waits for no one, man. So, you know, you live every day like it's, you know, just for, you know, ourselves and our families and early retirement even. So I'm looking forward to. No work tomorrow. They canceled it. You know, I was going to ask you that before, and I forgot. Wow, 10:30 already. Holy macaroni. I gotta get up early tomorrow. I had some things to do, but I'm not leaving this conversation. 10:04.
About it, Mike.
One kid's out. One kid's in the room. I don't know if you can hear the TV in the background. I don't know how much this picks up. But, at least he's calm. Semi-calm.
About you, Mike.
Got a lot of energy, you know. They're, you know, a lot of energy when they're that small, because, you know, it's great, man. All they want to do is run around, exercise, play. It's all good, man. It's healthy. Yeah, I had them both in karate school. Just the little one wants to go. The big one don't want to go anymore. I can't force him. I tried to talk him into it. They'll go. But the little one loves it. So, it's good for them mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Yeah, 10th. I remember you used to practice with the martial arts. One of my guys that I worked with for many years, which I'm still in touch with, he works in another plant now. I don't know if you're familiar. He represents and actually he referees on ESPN. You probably know him. His name is Donnie, and he has a school on Utica Avenue, Iron Tigers. I heard of the name. Yeah, he's still very active, and he refs on you know, ESPN and all the matches, and I already started teaching again. This guy is like unbelievable. He's like an eighth Dan, they call it. An eighth Dan. He's got a very high rank. Wow, it's pretty high. And yeah, once in a while, years ago, like he'd have the matches at the Temple Beth Hill on Ralph Avenue. We used to all go. Kickboxing matches, you know. It was pretty crazy, man. And good times, man. He taught a lot of people how to really become good martial artists, man. This guy, he's amazing. He used to chop apples with samurai swords on people's chests, man. This guy was unbelievable.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, who's that?
Gentleman Jim.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Okay, how are you?
Good, good. Just chewing the fat with Vic Big Bear from Staten Island. Talking about the glory days. Pass me by, glory days. In the blink of a young man's eye, glory days. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was over by Mike earlier, and then I went out to Bay Parkway. Everybody was out there tonight. Everybody from Methodist Hospital.
Yeah, I didn't know about it till late, and I would have had my sister-in-law come over. My wife worked today and cooked and did homework, and I helped, but she needed a break, and I couldn't just leave her with the two kids and run to Bay Parkway. Although I wanted to, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who wanted to know if I was going. I didn't even know it was there. But that's pretty cool. Everybody was there. Yeah. We're missing two people, but yeah, it's cool. Wish I could have went.
There was some turnout with cars, too.
car show, Mike? Yeah, they were doing something down at Bay Parkway. Usually it's every Friday night, but I think tonight was something special. I don't know. Yeah, 10-4, man. Yeah, one night maybe I'll pass by, I'll pick you up, we'll go down there with the hot rod. I'll take it out of mothballs and we'll shoot down there and we'll see what's going on, man. So I haven't been active with the cars in a long time. Or the bikes either, you know. I've been working hard. I did a bike blessing 2 weeks ago. That was pretty cool though, man. At my church. And if you want, we're at the car show one night. You know, it's pretty cool. Alright, love that, Vic. Thank you for the invite. I'll take you up on that anytime. Yeah, 10-4. I think they do it every Friday night. You know? And we have one out here every Sunday. Starts like maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, about 1:30 or so. Then everybody starts clearing out. But that's in Great Hills Park. I really don't make that one very often either. Yeah, we have a couple of guys from Brooklyn that go to that one. Hey, Vic? Is that Mitch? That is Jimmy. You got a couple of guys that are from Brooklyn to go over to that one in Great Hills. In Great Hills, really? Oh, yeah, we got a couple of guys with 29 Fords. There's a couple of guys with Dusters, you know, the high rod Dusters. They go to that one. You know, it's almost over, man, and there's nobody down there, you know. How you doing, Chili? I don't think Chili would be. I think you're talking to Gentleman Jim. You might have been confused, but Chili doesn't get on this late. He goes to bed about 9 o'clock. 10-4. I'm sorry, I thought it was Chili. Yeah, Jim, I hear you. I can barely hear you through the noise tonight for some reason. It's a little bit noisy right now. I got some static on my receiver over here. 10-4. Hey, Mike, German was out there tonight. Yeah, I was talking to him earlier today. I was glad to hear that he was feeling better. I was a little concerned at the way he was sounding, and I was in touch with somebody, a mutual friend of ours, and he sounds good. He sounds like the old German again. He's got a lot of pep. I tell you, when I heard him on the radio today, I did not expect him to look so good and sound so good tonight. Yep. You know what's funny? I used to buy a tram, sell it, buy a Browning. Sell the Browning, buy a tram. And then one day I said, you know what, this is ridiculous. I bought the Browning in the tram. And I would switch back and forth for years. And then of course I got off. Now, you know, I get a kick out of each radio that I'm using. And I don't like to use one radio. I'll even throw the Yaesu with the audio gear on AM eventually. But it's nice to run different radios with different boxes. I don't know, to some people that may sound boring, but to me it's quite exciting. I'm the same way. I have 4 radios set up here, and I have a coax switch, and I switch them around, and I keep trying, keep tuning them up every time I use them. I don't feel so bad. I know Vic goes back and forth too. It's nice, very nice. Yeah, 10-4. I like to mix and match, you know, see what works well, works for me. 10-4. A little bit of spice, you know. They say running the 250 I drive on the 2000, you know, because it's I drive, I can run 4 watts, you know, and swing. But with this one, I got to put it on a 142 because it's got the wattage control. So that's a nice little match for this radio, you know. Yeah, it sounds real good, man. Real good. You're banging me heavy. The audio's thick. Real good. And you covered up everybody that was out there. Whoever was using a box out in Queens and the Bronx and wherever they were pushing 170 watts, 2 kWs, whatever. Yawn. You were just smashing them. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for the flowers, man. Yeah, that was my intentions. 10-4, man. You know. This is our channel, man. I want to take it back. Vic, you're doing a beautiful job over here at Park Slope. 10-4, Jim. Thanks for the flowers, man. I'm having a little problem hearing you tonight. You cranked this thing up a little bit. 10-4. Hey, Jim.
We're not on our usual radio. We're on a 139, an old Cobra. A 139 Cobra with maybe 5 watts, if anything.
Yeah, Vic, he's on a different radio. Well, I don't want to put it out over the air. He's using a radio with only 5 watts. He doesn't have his usual 200-watt radio cooking. 10-4.
Hey, Mike, I picked up that antenna from Tony tonight.
I like it. I mean, I'm going to be very honest with you. The quality is good. It's 5/8. It's like 4 dB gain. It's not as good as a penetrator from 1977 or 78. The penetrator was twice the size of that antenna, so there would be much more room on the antenna to propagate. But it's a good antenna. You can't beat the price. I have it up 20 feet off the roof with some guide wires, and it's strong. And if you need to put your antenna up, I got the guy to do it. He's fair. He's an excellent worker. He's on time. Brings his own tools, and does the right job.
That's for no. I've put up a lot of antennas. I've put up a lot of my own antennas and other people's. No, I'm quite capable of doing that. No, this is very similar to my Wilson Alpha. I had a Wilson Alpha 5/8 wave antenna back in the 70s. When it went down, I just gave it up. But this is very similar.
Did the Wilson 1000 back in the day have a ring on the bottom?
Yes. That ring was perfect as long as it wasn't a crazy windy day. It had to be spaced at 1-inch spacing on the opening, and you had to move a little wire around the ring to make the SWR perfect.
Yeah, I remember that antenna. That was a good antenna. That was like the penetrator. That was the competition. Real good antenna. Anybody remember the Ringo antenna?
Ringo, yeah, that was like a 3-element antenna, like a funnel almost.
It's a bow. I'm trying to picture it though. Remember the name. What did it look like? It was a metal big stick with a ring at the bottom. That's it. Very easy to put together, very easy to install, and a decent antenna. And the Wilson, I still think they make a Wilson 5000
upside down ice cream cone.
Well, Mike, I had one. It's in that 1977 book, the CB Buyer's Market that I have from 77. It's in there. That's so funny. Go back. Amazing.
How about the Avanti? Do you remember the Avanti?
Only a 10 of it. It was great. They were renowned. For some reason, they were renowned for their audio